Creating conversation. It's what we do on arrow.net, ARROE.net. We are unplugged and totally uncut with Ebonee, Noel, and Isaiah Whitlock Jr.
Hello.
Oh, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you two doing today? This is a day of celebration for you guys.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Very excited over here.
Now, Ebonee, when we speak of stories and stuff like this, this is about building an empire that has really got a lot of worth into it, and then it falls into the hands of the siblings. Oh, my God. This is the stuff that we like on this side of the flat screen.
Yes, it's the stuff that I like, too. I think sibling relationships are endlessly fascinating, the different dynamics, everybody's different relationships to the parents, and you're sort of jockeying for position with them as you're jockeying for position in the business. I think a trifecta like this creates endless possibilities for drama.
Well, speaking of those positions and stuff like that, Isaiah, as Reginald King, you're an artist, you're into theater, you're into film, you're into television, and you want to mess around with your family? Stay in Hollywood, sir.
Yes. I want to mess around with my family. Absolutely. It's a joy, to be able to tell the story and get it out there, get people to know the King family, get people to know a little bit about wine, Napa Valley, but really to get to know what we're all about as far as family and drama, and we put it out there.
Now, Ebonee, when he talks about the wine country and stuff like that, I'm in the Carolinas, and so many people travel from here to California to Napa Valley because of the wine country. This is such a brilliant display of that part of the world.
Thank you. It's funny. I haven't spent that much time on vineyards really before the show. Obviously I did wine tasting here and there, but to spend this much time on a working vineyard and to see the expanse, how much land goes into it, and to feel what it means to own that much land and to be responsible for how much work goes into, cultivating these grapes and just taking them from grapes to a bottle of wine. It was really powerful, actually. It was quite powerful. So it's cool to be on that side of it as opposed to walking around tasting wine.
Isaiah, were you shocked about how cold it is in that part of California? Because we always think of the sun and the beach and the surfing and stuff, but Napa country, man, that's not exactly some of the warmest part of the world.
No, I spent a fair amount of time in San Francisco back in the day, like in the Haight-Ashbury. But I would get up to Napa quite a bit, and even further up into Northern California. And the nights in San Francisco could get quite cold. So I was very much aware with the temperature in that part of California. California is a big state.
Yes, it is.
So I was okay with it, but there's a beauty about it. There's a beauty about that fog rolling in and those cool temperatures, and that's why they're able to create an incredible, the incredible Cabernets and Pinot Noirs and Chardonnays is because of that climate, how hot it gets during the day and how cool it gets at night. And you put that with the soil in that area, and you can come up with some fantastic wines, and that is why Napa Valley is so beautiful.
So true, so true. Ebonee, your character as August, she's all about marketing. Have you personally learned anything from playing this character about marketing?
Ooh, I think if anything, I've learned that there is beauty all around us in the natural world. That's one thing that August is good at, is looking around, not just focusing down and trying to come up with something, but just looking out into the world and finding beauty there and finding out how can we capture this and message it for what we're trying to accomplish. So I've learned that, to look around.
Binge watching is such a big thing, Isaiah, and what I love about Kings of Napa is the fact that I'm going to be able to come back to this in 5-10 years and binge watch the heck out of the show, because that's the quality of the writing as well as the acting. What is it like for you to be in a part of this process?
Uh, that's always great and that really shows a lot about the show when you can come back to it and you can watch it and you can enjoy it. It says a lot about the writing. It says a lot about the acting, directing. It's kind of like that perfect storm.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest compliment that you can give any project is to say, I can come back and watch it 5 years later. Some of the shows that I've done have had that, and I always feel good that people want to revisit it, and when they revisit it, they see different things, certain things. But it's quite a compliment to say that you'll come back. I hope everybody feels that way.
Yeah. Now, Ebonee, what is it like for you to be on the set with Isaiah when he's using that powerful voice of his? Because I could just sit there and just listen to him going, because he definitely uses that voice.
He does, and I agree with you. I could listen to him use that voice all day long. He has great stories. It was really, what was amazing is when Isaiah walked on set, he really completed the family unit that we were trying to build as a cast. Like, we felt, that's our patriarch. That's the anchor to the family. We just clicked in, and so he really completed us. And it was easy to transmute the feelings that I have for my own father, that sort of admiration for the man that he is and the life that he has lived. It was easy for me to transmit that into building this relationship with Isaiah because there's so much admiration there for the career that he's built and also the man that he is, just walking around, how he's interacting with everybody on set and how he interacted with us without any ego, even though he's fully in his right to have a huge one. He was just very kind and welcoming and just really anchored us as a family.
Speaking of that career, Isaiah, look at everything that you have done. Is there a part of you that wants to say, hey, look, I want to do my own series and I'm going to put Ebonee in my series and we're going to even continue growing on OWN?
You just gave me an idea. I think I'm going to start working on that when I get off the phone.
Now, Ebonee, for your character on Kings of Napa and stuff like that, in your own personal experiences, you studied around the world before you got to that place of letting your art fly. Do you tap into that energy?
Of course, especially for a character like August, because August, I'm sure, grew up, taking lavish family vacations, seeing different parts of the world, speaking different languages. And so I used that experience that I had growing up and seeing different things and sort of thought, okay, how does this influence her as a person, how she walks around, how she carries herself? I think you'll even see it in the set design, even though I didn't have these conversations with that department, but you'll see even the art in her house. You can tell this is a woman who's been all over the world and has picked up bits and pieces to fill her life and how she lives it. So I really tapped into those experiences because it was easy to and fun to, and it made sense to the character.
I'm going to ask you a question, Isaiah, based on what fans are probably thinking. If we're going to talk about wines from Kings of Napa and stuff like that, is there going to be a wine associated with the show? Could be. I don't want to give away any secrets, right. But it could be. Because, and the reason why I bring that up is because, this, in all honesty, I would love to sit around sipping on some wine with friends and stuff watching this show because it really does bring out the flavor.
It's going to make you want to go and grab a bottle.
Yep.
And watch the show and enjoy. You can grab a bottle of Cabernet, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Barolo. I can go right down the list. But it's going to make you want to drink something. And I think that will only add to the enjoyment of the show.
Absolutely. Ebonee, you're as August, you're the middle child. I'm the middle child. I know what it's like to be the middle child. We're spoiled, but at the same time, we face a lot of hand-me-downs. Do you think August has to deal with that as well?
I think that her brothers probably think she's a little spoiled. I don't think she thinks she's spoiled. She's definitely a daddy's girl. But I think there's so many different competing personalities in the family that she finds herself in the middle and trying to sort of keep everybody, together in a lot of different scenarios, which I mean, my mom's a middle child and I watch her do that all the time. You're always trying to like pull the family back together after their different grievances. But I definitely agree with you. I think her brothers think she's spoiled for sure.
Well, congratulations to the two of you on Kings of Napa on OWN. You got to come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you guys.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Well,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You be brilliant today, you two, okay?
All right. Thank you.